car restoration industry is filled with individuals who have grown some unconventional taste in cars, most often focusing on classics and other unique old vehicles. And over the years, the industry has been dominated by male folks until people like Cassidy Mceown started showing up. She made her debut in the television series Rust Valley Restorers in 2019 and has stolen the hearts of many fans ever since. Here's something for the fans of the Netflix series Rust Valley Restorers. Join us as we explore the early life, career push, and fate of one of the most endearing characters on the show. Early life. Cassidy Mceown, born on the 21st of December 2000 in Cherryville, North Carolina, has done something quite unusual, not just for a female, but someone of her age. Ordinarily, even if Cassidy decided to be a car lover, one would expect that she would be more interested in modern cars. But she decided to take the road less taken and is into all cars vintage, setting her apart from her peers. Despite having her birthplace at Cherryville in the United States, the family had to move to Enderby, which is in the Canadian province of British Columbia, at some point, and this has been where she has known to be her home over the years. The reason for this move isn't public knowledge at the moment. From a young age, Cassidy exhibited a natural affinity for all things mechanical, a trait that would shape her future endeavors in the world of classic cars and automotive restoration. For someone with such a unique taste, there certainly was a push in that direction at an early age. Turns out Cassidy was raised in a close-knit family, with a certain interest in the automotive industry. Cassidy's passion for cars was nurtured by her parents and virtually everyone around her at the time, who themselves shared a love for automobiles. Growing up, Cassidy spent countless hours playing with engines and learning the ins and outs of vehicle mechanics alongside her family. It was during these formative years that Cassidy developed the skills and knowledge that would later propel her to success in the automotive industry. Her decision to stick to her roots later on in life has earned her a place as one of the most loved characters in a reality show that centers on fixing up vehicles that seem to be irredeemable. In addition to her mechanical aptitude, Cassidy's upbringing instilled in her a strong work ethic and a determination to pursue her dreams relentlessly. Surrounded by a supportive family environment, Cassidy was encouraged to embrace her passions wholeheartedly and never shy away from a challenge. Added to that, being an unusual character in the vintage car restoration space has also made her accessible to several talented people in the field that want to see her succeed. Everyone working in the Rust Bros garage falls into this category. As Cassidy navigated through her formative years, her enthusiasm for classic cars continued to flourish. Whether she was attending car shows with her family or immersing herself in automotive literature, Cassidy's thirst for knowledge and her unwavering dedication to her craft set her apart from her peers. Surely Cassidy must have faced the occasional skepticism and stereotypes associated with being a female in a male-dominated industry, but she fortunately remained undeterred in her pursuit of excellence. With the unwavering support of her family by her side, she forged ahead, determined to carve out her path in the world of automotive restoration. In retrospect, Cassidy's early years laid the foundation for the remarkable journey that lay ahead. From her humble beginnings in Cherryville to her eventual rise to prominence on Rust Valley Restorers, Cassidy's upbringing shaped her into the resilient and determined individual that fans have come to admire and respect. A simple glance into the early life of Cassidy Mceown sheds light on her passion for classic and vintage cars and her unwavering determination, which has been evident from the very beginning. With a supportive family by her side and a relentless drive to succeed, Cassidy embarked on a journey that would ultimately lead her to become one of the most influential figures in the world of automotive restoration. Transition into Rust Valley Restorers. Cassidy joined Rust Valley Restorers in the second episode of the show that aired sometime in 2019, and her presence on the show was facilitated by her mother, who was also a mechanic and had so much faith in the capabilities of her daughter. Cassidy's mother was reading a local newspaper sometime in 2018 when she saw that the producers of the show were scouting for people to join the show and encouraged Cassidy to take the opportunity. Luckily for her, after several interviews, she appealed to Mike Hall, who owns the show, and other producers. This became the beginning of an amazing journey that has been filled with so many twists and turns on top of hard work. Cassidy was only 17 years old at the time when she joined Mike's crew. Despite her young age, she quickly impressed everyone with her mechanical knowledge and hands-on skills. She's not afraid to get dirty under the hood, tackling various tasks throughout the restoration process. In the interviews that she has granted over the years, she talked about how she always needed to put in extra effort to prove herself, being the only female on the show. That notwithstanding, she has also confessed that Mike and others in the garage have been of immense help to her career. Most often, Mike has had to stand for her in front of customers who doubted her abilities. Before we look at how Cassidy has been on the show and some of the issues she has had to face, let's take a little look at the show itself and know what it's all about. Nestled amidst the rugged beauty of the Canadian landscapes lies a haven for classic car enthusiasts, which is the Rust Valley Restorers, a show that focuses on the daily activities at the Rust Brothers Garage, where dead cars come to life. This popular Netflix show, though not entirely a Netflix original, takes viewers on a journey of transforming dilapidated heaps of metal into gleaming collectible automobiles. But Rust Valley Restorers offers more than just car restoration. It's a compelling blend of quirky characters, automotive passion, and the struggles of running a unique business. The heart of the show lies in Rust Bros Garage, a restoration shop run by Mike Hall, a charismatic and passionate car collector. Over the years, Mike has amassed a staggering collection of over 400 classic cars, affectionately nicknamed his car graveyard. The goal of the show was to bring back these cars to life, one at a time. These forgotten beauties range from muscle cars of the 60s and 70s to vintage European imports, all waiting for a second chance on the road. When fixed, the cars are either sold or exchanged for other vintage cars. The show turned out to be successful, though the profit from running such a show in Canada wasn't just as profitable as the American market, but they do get by. In 2019, Cassidy became part of Mike's dream to do something spectacular and has been an amazing member of the team all along. Everyone would agree that Cassidy brings a unique perspective to the show. She's the sole female member of the core restoration team, breaking stereotypes and proving that car restoration is a field for anyone with passion and skill. Her love for cars started young, influenced by her gearhead family. Her presence on the show has been an inspiration, especially with women who would love to explore a career in the field of restoration. The show has also been made quite interesting by the interaction of other members of the cast who play different roles on a daily to see that things work out well at the garage. Helping Mike navigate this automotive wonderland is his son Connor, a skilled mechanic with a level head and a dry wit. Connor provides the technical expertise that often grounds Mike's more impulsive ideas. He has also been kind of a media person for the garage. The team also wouldn't be complete without Avery, Mike's best friend, and another talented mechanic with a knack for problem-solving and a laid-back demeanor. The process of restoration is quite a tedious one, which is the reason Mike will ever be grateful that he found characters like Cassidy. Her dedication and willingness to learn have been next to none, being the major reason Mike has been so fond of her over the years. This fondness has also moved beyond the cast of the show to include viewers. A testament to this would be the massive followership that Cassidy has on her social platforms, running into more than 100,000 on each one. Each episode of Rust Valley Restorers follows the restoration of a particular car. The crew meticulously goes through the process, from the initial inspection where they assess the extent of the damage to the thrilling final reveal of the restored vehicle. Viewers get a front-row seat to the challenges they face, be it sourcing rare parts, tackling extensive rust damage, or dealing with unexpected mechanical issues. The show doesn't shy away from the nitty-gritty aspects of restoration. We see the crew battling with stubborn bolts, deciphering cryptic wiring diagrams, and painstakingly applying layers of fresh paint. But through it all, their passion for these classic cars shines through. They celebrate every milestone, from a successfully fired engine to a perfectly aligned body panel. Most often we have seen Cassidy battle with the sanding process, in preparation for a restoration. We have to admit that this isn't the most fun part of the job and requires people as dedicated as Cassidy to pull through such rigorous processes. Rust Valley Restorers not only focuses on the restoration process, but also looks into the business side of car restoration. Mike dreams of turning his passion into profit, restoring cars that the average person can afford. But the reality is far from straightforward. The time and resources required to bring a car back to life often lead to budget overruns and tight deadlines. The pressure to make a profit creates tension between Mike's desire to deliver high-quality restorations and the need to keep costs in check. This is where Connor's practical approach comes into play, often reminding Mike of the need for realistic pricing and project management. The show's charm is further enhanced by the inclusion of the quirky characters who populate the world around the garage. There's Connie, the quick-witted owner of the local junkyard, who provides a treasure trove of parts for the crew's projects. Mike's neighbor, Reed, a self-proclaimed armchair mechanic, often lends a hand and sometimes comedic relief with his unorthodox methods. Cassidy has come to align with the show and the value that lies at its core. Beyond the rush to meet deadlines and the desire to make the cars come out as best as they could, Rust Valley Restorers is also a show about human connection. It's about the camaraderie between the crew members, their shared passion for cars, and the joy of bringing a piece of automotive history back to life. The show also portrays the challenges of running a family business and the delicate balance between chasing dreams and financial realities. The breathtaking backdrop of the Canadian Rockies adds another layer of charm to the show. The vast landscapes and the small-town atmosphere create a unique contrast to the hustle and bustle of the restoration work. Cassidy's infectious enthusiasm, combined with her talent and down-to-earth personality, has made her a fan favorite. She serves as an inspiration to young women interested in pursuing careers in mechanics or the automotive industry. The personality of Cassidy goes well beyond just being a mechanic. She could also be described as a car enthusiast, using both her love and knowledge of cars to make her projects as stunning as possible. But for someone who is an enthusiast, we have to admit that she learned how to drive pretty late. It was during her time on the show when Mike needed her to go pick up some supplies that she admitted that she didn't have a license. This must have come as a shock to many fans of the show, considering that Cassidy had come from a background that was all about cars. There had to be a quick fix to that, as the guys at the show helped her get her license. That aside, if you're a car enthusiast, Rust Valley Restorers is a must-watch. The show provides a fascinating glimpse into the world of classic car restoration, showcasing the dedication, skill, and creativity required to breathe new life into these automotive icons. But even if you're not a car fanatic, the show's appeal goes beyond the mechanics. The relatable characters, the struggles and triumphs of the restoration process, and the overall feel-good atmosphere make Rust Valley Restorers an enjoyable watch for anyone who appreciates a good story and the satisfaction of seeing a project come to fruition. While originally a History Channel show in Canada, Rust Valley Restorers gained international fame through Netflix. However, it's important to note that not all seasons are available on Netflix. Cassidy came onto the show with a lot of experience, no doubt, but Mike has been seen saying that her experience wasn't still up to par with that of the older ones, who have been on the career path much longer than she has been. However, that doesn't exactly sound so surprising, as it's even expected. The main thing here is that Cassidy isn't settling. She had enrolled in some other garages, where she spends her free time from the show. She even took it a step further by enrolling in an auto collision repair study at Okanagan College. We have seen Mike drop her off at school on some occasions while they asked her questions from her textbooks. They have practically become family on the show, and Cassidy's drive for learning has been a major bonding factor. Everyone is willing to teach her and also learn from her in the process. She has used her activities on the show to build quite an impressive online presence, branching off to other ventures even. For Rust Valley Restorers, the show's popularity has extended beyond entertainment. It has garnered a dedicated fan base who appreciate the show's authenticity and its portrayal of the classic car restoration world. Fans have even created online communities to discuss the show, share their own car restoration experiences, and celebrate their love for classic vehicles. Rust Valley Restorers has also brought a new level of attention to the challenges faced by small, independent restoration shops. The show highlights the importance of preserving automotive history and the dedication required to keep these vintage cars on the road. Personal life. Despite all the support and guidance available to Cassidy on the show, she has faced some really difficult moments while on the show. The most obvious ones would have been the time and energy required to work on cars. But that will be nothing when compared to the loss that she faced in 2023. Turns out that her father has been sick for some time, which later resulted in his death. Cassidy was online just the previous year, asking for funds to get his father a scooter to enable him to move around by himself since he lost his leg in an accident when he was just 19. He was also rushed to the emergency unit during the COVID-19 pandemic after he had a respiratory failure. Despite all that, he has managed to remain an amazing father and mentor to Cassidy, teaching her most of the things that she knows today. She held a session on TikTok where she talked about how amazing her father had been over the years up until his death. It's just a pity that Cassidy had to go through all that. Being so young, Cassidy has been on and off the show during periods that she needed time to get certain things together in her life. But she remains a vital part of Rust Valley Restorers. So whether you're captivated by the roar of a restored engine or simply enjoy a heartwarming story about teamwork and perseverance, Rust Valley Restorers offers something for everyone. It's a show that celebrates a unique passion, showcases the beauty of classic cars, and reminds us of the value of hard work, camaraderie, and the joy of bringing a dream to life. And Cassidy, as long as she remains in the show, will remain a big part of this dream. While comfortable with the mechanical aspects, Cassidy also possesses a keen aesthetic sense. Her input on paint colors, interior design choices, and overall car presentation adds valuable perspective to the restoration projects. Since the show, Cassidy has continued to work on her craft. She remains active on social media, particularly TikTok, where she shares her work on various car restoration projects, showcasing her skills and connecting with fans who share her passion for cars. Cassidy's presence in Rust Valley Restorers is significant. She challenges traditional notions about who can work in the car restoration field and demonstrates that talent and dedication come in all shapes and sizes. Her story adds another layer of depth to the show, highlighting the diverse range of people who contribute to the world of classic car restoration. There you have it, an insight into the life of one of the most interesting reality TV stars. This might be a hint to take a shot at that thing that you love so much, though it might seem far-fetched. Till next time, do keep in touch for more amazing videos.